What's going on, everybody? I'm Terrence, and this is Bank Shipping. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hopefully everybody's having a good morning so far. If you ain't up, go ahead and get up and start that grind. Continuation from last video, I am up here in Burnville, Pennsylvania, to deliver that tractor that I picked up yesterday in Chester, Virginia. So got up here, and it's a nice tight road to get in here, but once you get in here, it's pretty wide open. Nice and cold outside, cold in my truck. Been having some heating issues since Monday that I can't really seem to put my finger on the issue, but my truck, if I'm setting and idled up like I am now, I get nice warm heat out the vents. But the second I start driving, it gets cold. Might as well be AC coming out the vents. So I turn the heat off. I turn the blower off because it's warmer when it's off, but it's still not warm because it's cold outside, which makes it cold inside. So needless to say, I've been freezing my butt off the last couple days when I'm running, and then I try to, when I stop to load or unload, I idle up the truck and let it get warm, and then it stays warm for a good while. You know, it's just the heat holding in the truck for a good while until it starts getting cold again. So just trying to figure out the issues and troubleshooting. I've troubleshooted a couple things, doesn't seem to be that, so just continue troubleshooting, and hopefully I can get it fixed, because y'all know I don't like the cold, so I can't escape the cold outside or inside. Whew, it's gonna be a long winter, but you know, I'll still tough it out, wear some extra layers, call it what it is, you know. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out. I already checked in with them. He told me just unload it, put it anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out, unchain everything, and get this thing off my back so I can get out of here. I'll see y'all in a little bit. That load dropped off in Burnville, Pennsylvania. What a nice tight road that was, getting in and out. Went down the road after I left, went down 78, stopped at the Flying J down there, and got some fuel. And one of the things a buddy told me about why I was having heating issues is maybe that I was low on coolant. And you know, I had checked the coolant before, and you know, I could see it in the reservoir. You know, open the hood, you know, I don't have a sight glass, but you open the hood and open the cap and look down in the reservoir. It's a reservoir that sits on top of the radiator, and you look down in it, or you can stick your finger down in it, whatever. Well, I could see coolant in the reservoir, so I didn't think that was an issue, but he told me go ahead and top it off. So I went inside and bought some coolant and topped it off, and believe it or not, it was almost 2 gallons low. You know, this thing holds 10 gallons of coolant, and it was almost 2 gallons low, which is crazy that that reservoir holds that much. I didn't think it held that much, so I learned something new today. But got the coolant in there, and you know, once I left, the heat was still blowing, kind of lukewarm, kind of cold or whatever, like it had been. So I'm like, well, maybe it's not. But once the coolant started cycling through the heater core and all that stuff as I was going down the road, she started warming up, and now she's back to blowing hot like she was before. So that fixed the issue. I'm not froze no more, even though I got my coat on. That's just because I just left Kingspan and I was cold outside, strapping and everything, and figured I might as well just leave it on because I gotta get out again to get in the car. So but I'll show y'all what I got. It's getting kind of dark outside, so hopefully I got enough light to show y'all. But it's supposed to be, I was supposed to be picking up a 53-foot load, is what they told me. But as you can see, there's nothing on the top deck. So how could it be a 53-foot load? You know, the guy comes out, he starts loading me, and he brings the load. Normally when I have a 53-foot load, the front skid is turned sideways, and then everything else is long ways like normal. So normally I got to move my tarps down to the bottom deck in the little void space. So I went ahead and moved my tarps and strapped my tarps back down on the bottom deck. He comes out and, you know, loads the skids long ways on the trailer, and I'm like, ain't this a 53-foot load? He said, well, it was supposed to be, but we only have 13 skids of the product. And so I'm like, well, 13 skids is a 53-foot load. And he was like, no, it's like a Lowe's load. So the difference between the loads that go to Lowe's and the loads that go other places is Lowe's, I don't know how well y'all can see it, but Lowe's gets theirs double stacked. So instead of one skid, it's one skid cut in half into 2 skids. So that's how Lowe's gets their stuff. So he told me it's like a Lowe's load. So I'm like, okay. So now he's like, the skids are now going to be, it's 2, you know, so 1 stack equals 2. So they got 13 total. So that changed the whole total length of the load. So since I only have 13 skids, like I said, I apologize for being dark. You know, I got 3 rows, 2 tall on both sides, you know, so that's 12. And then the 13th is 1 turned sideways in the back. I don't know how well y'all can see it in the dark, but so I mean, all in all, it takes up like 30, I'd say 32 feet of deck space. Win for me. Less straps, because 53-foot loads are a pain in the butt to strap because I gotta throw so many. So less straps, less deck space. I don't really care about the weight because the stuff ain't heavy to begin with, but it was an easy load other than having to wait for it. But this goes to Dallastown, Pennsylvania in the morning, but there's a catch. They're calling for more snow. This area didn't get a lot of snow the last storm. It was more towards Fredericksburg, where everybody was stranded on 95. They got like 12 to 14 inches, something like that. We only got about 3 inches, and actually this was like the tail end of the storm, or the edge of the storm, because at my house I got 3.5 inches of snow. 15 minutes up the road to Kingspan, they got a Duster. So it was really weird. But this time they say it's going to be flip-flop, and down that area they're not going to get nothing, and up here we're supposed to get hammered. I think they're calling for up to 12 inches of snow, but I believe it when I see it. They say it all the time and we end up not getting nothing, but they've already canceled school and all that stuff, and it ain't even nothing on the ground yet, and they've already canceled school. But it's supposed to start around 6 o'clock, which is about in an hour, I think. And it's supposed to snow from 6 o'clock to about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's supposed to snow for almost 12 hours. So the customer already knows that, you know, it's supposed to be some inclement weather because it's supposed to be up in Pennsylvania too. So basically, I'm not going to get up early in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and hit the road like I normally do. I'm gonna wait till about 7 or so and see what the roads look like. If the roads are in fair condition, I'll go ahead and take it. If they're in terrible condition, then this will go on Monday. I'm not afraid to drive in the snow, but I don't like everybody else driving in the snow because some people just drive like idiots. And I don't want to be collateral damage to that. Also, one thing I don't like about driving in the snow with this stuff is it's super light, so I might as well be empty. I don't really like driving in the snow empty, just because you never know what's going to happen, something in front of you, whatever. You know, you can give all the space in the world, be as safe as you possibly want, and still have something happen. So I just rather not take that chance at all. Good thing the customer's okay with that. My customer's okay with that. They know the deal. And then plus, you know, Pennsylvania is one of them states that don't play around when it starts snowing. Once it starts snowing, they put a lot of commercial bans on their highways. I already saw the signs coming back this morning, you know, plan accordingly, winter storm warning, you know, plan accordingly for possible bans and stuff like that. So a lot of times when Pennsylvania gets snow, they'll, nope, no trucks. We ain't taking no chances with trucks wrecking, all that stuff. So they just ban all commercial vehicles. So till the morning, we'll see what's going on. So I'll see y'all then. Okay, so it's been a long day. We did get some snow last night, and I think probably about 5 inches of snow. Nothing major. Woke up this morning, and at first, you know, I was like, the kids are out of school, I'll spend some time at home, I'll just take this on Monday. But then, you know, the customer called me and said they had a bunch of loads next week that pretty much booked up my entire week next week. So in order to get all of them done, I had to drop this load today. So I said whatever. I went ahead, cleaned off the vehicles, and made my way to the truck, started her up, cleaned her off, and headed up the road. You know, the roads were fine. Some of the like secondary roads were snow covered or icy. Some of them were just wet. But for the most part, the main highways were bare. A lot of them were dry. But we've had a lot of wind, so you know, you had some snow drifts coming across the highway, stuff like that. But made it up to Dallastown, got that load dropped off. It was cold and windy, and got it dropped off and left. And probably maybe 10 miles down the road after I left and got on 83 to come back, ran into an accident. And that accident shut down the entire highway, so set at a standstill for about an hour 15 minutes. So I kind of just sat here and twiddled my thumbs, but then they got it cleared up, got on back down the road. So, you know, now it's dark outside. But that's part of it, man. You know, you got to work in the cold and the heat and the rain and the snow. You know, days you don't want to work, you got to work. This ain't no job. This ain't no career. It's a lifestyle. And if you're thinking about getting into this business and you're not ready to do all that, you're not ready to embrace or adapt to this type of lifestyle, you know, time away from your family, you know, wait times at the shippers and receivers, not knowing what time you're going to be at a certain place because you get held up, things like that. If you're not ready for that, you might want to rethink or reconsider your decision to get into this business. But if you are, go ahead and jump in, and I guarantee you'll fall in love with this type of lifestyle. You'll adapt to it, and it'll be the best thing that ever happened to you. Because this lifestyle, I don't see no better way, to be honest with you. You know, I love what I do. I don't consider it a job. I don't consider it a career. You know, I have to consider it a business because I am a businessman, you know, so I have to consider it a business. But on the flip side, I love what I do. You know, I consider this fun. Now, I have some moments where I'm mad and irritated and frustrated, but all in all, I still consider it fun. You know, the day that you don't love your job anymore, the day your job isn't fun, then it's just a job. So, you know, jump on out here, embrace this lifestyle. You know, band together with your fellow truckers, your brothers and stuff like that. You know, you'll love every bit of it. I guarantee it. You know, don't jump in just for the money, you know, because that ain't what it's all about. You got to be able to withstand and love this lifestyle before you can get to the money. I just put it like that. But yeah, man, it's the end of the week. First week of 2022 is down and in the books. Solid week to say so myself. Hope you guys that are on the road, that are in this business, had a solid first week of 22 if you're running as well. You know, hope everybody's business is going to be fruitful and prosperous this year. Anybody who's looking to get into the business, hope everything goes, you know, the way that you had planned. And if it don't, sometimes you got to rewrite your plan to accommodate to your business. But if it don't go according to plan, that don't mean give up. That just means strive harder. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, go eat me some dinner, relax, put my feet up, all that good stuff. Everybody stay prayed up.